So I have seen a shitload of videos on YouTube of people with FZX700s, the Yamaha Fazer from the mid-80s. This one's a 1986 FZX700S. Showing their bikes running in various states of repair and rebuild, and invariably they all sound like shit. And they drill the baffles, and they change the pipes, and they change the carbs, and put pod filters. And the reality is, it's hard to find a reference of what one of these things is supposed to sound like. So this one I have gone through. I have rebuilt the carburetors, replaced needles and seats, pilot jets, and blah blah blah, on and on and on. It's got a factory air box, factory air filter, factory exhaust. I just put brand new plugs in it. All the float levels have been adjusted. The timing is right. Everything is kosher. And I wanted you to hear what they actually are supposed to sound like. This bike has been running for about a minute, and so it's cold. But listen to it. Take the choke off. Hear what it sounds like? You hear no misfiring. It's very even. It sounds like a modern sport bike. You know, maybe a little lower growl to it than a sport bike. But it's an inline four. This is what they're supposed to sound like when every cylinder is firing every time it's supposed to. And it's not missing, it's not lean, it's not rich. It hasn't been dicked with and the jet's messed up. It doesn't have some bullshit Chinese pod filters on it. This is what they're supposed to run like. See, that's idling a little over 1,000 RPM. It's still cold. A little over 1,000 RPM. Probably need to adjust the idle down just a little bit now that I've adjusted everything and fixed everything. Did you hear that? Nice and even. No missed strokes. Both sides are balanced and sound the same. You can hear the whir of the gears and the clutch basket and the timing chain. Sounds like a modern bike. No hesitation, off idle, idling down. So, I just thought somebody might like to have a reference for what these fucking things are supposed to sound like. Because all these people out there with their proud mods and all the BS, and their bikes sound like shit. So if you spend the time, vacuum balancer, balance all the carbs with the proper jets, the proper air intake, the proper exhaust, then they actually sound good and even and not lopey and not crappy, and they don't hesitate. And this damn thing will pull the front tire off the ground in the first 3 gears without dumping the clutch. And that's what it's supposed to be. So I hope somebody finds this helpful. This is what it's supposed to be. And by the way, this is like a $1,400 bike. If you can find one that's a basket case. Here's the basket of shit that came with it. You can tell people have been monkeying with it. So it took me about 3 weeks to straighten it out and get rid of all the doomer rigging and BS. But now it runs like a factory bike. So anyway, hope that helps. Comment, rate, subscribe, ask me any questions, I'll help you out. Later.